Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to make these 3 miniature buttercream cakes. I've got a 6-inch board, applying some buttercream to stick my cake on top and just filling it in with some more of that buttercream. The recipe will be in the description box below. And I've used a 5-inch cake here and I've cut it in 3 to create 3 layers of cake. Press any of that buttercream up against the cake and pop it into the freezer, and then for about 10 minutes, and then once it's out of the freezer we'll create our crumb coat. Reason why I did that is so that the layers don't move around as I put on my crumb coat. And crumb coat just catches any of the crumbs to make sure it doesn't make it to the last layer of frosting that we add. Cover up the bottom and the top, and then you use your bench scraper to smooth it down and clean it up, and a spatula just to bring that extra lip of frosting to the center of the cake. Pop it back into the freezer to set for about 10 minutes, and then we'll work on the decoration. So I've got some of that buttercream, colored it red with some gel food color, applying it to the top, and just keeping my spatula nice and straight and level as I turn my turntable to make it nice and flat. Then we're adding a whole bunch of buttercream to the side, and then we'll be removing it with the bench scraper. Go around slowly to create a nice smooth finish, and then clear up the top the same way we did before, bringing that lip of frosting to the center. Once you're finished, pop that back into the freezer for 10 minutes just so the buttercream has time to harden, and then work on your other cakes if you're making any more. So this design here is with black buttercream, which I coloured with some gel food colour as well. Making the sides nice and smooth, cleaning up the top, and back into the freezer for 10 minutes. Now with this last design I've used a piping bag and I've cut off about 1 centimeter from the tip. And I'm just creating a line going around the cake. Try to keep it nice and steady and just turn the turntable. I'm adding the buttercream on the top as well to connect it with that last colour. And then my bench scraper going around slowly to combine those colours and hide any seams. Clean up the top, and you guessed it, back into the freezer for 10 minutes. I've taken out my black cake, and this design is very, very, very easy. So I've taken my spatula, put a little bit of colour right on the tip, and then I'm just scraping it up against the cake. And I'm leaving the very beginning of that colour splotch nice and dense, so you can see that raised area as well. I think it looks kind of cool that way. Once you're done, pop it back into the freezer to set up for 10 minutes. This cake here is going to be piped, so I've got a piping tip. I'll have a list of the piping tips that I used in the description box below this video. And that was coloured with gold by Americolour gel food colour. Here I've got some edible gold paint by Creative Cake Decorating. It's called Champagne Gold, and I've added some vodka to it to create a paint. You could also use rose water if you don't have any vodka. And then I'm painting directly onto those piped dollops. Now remember, this was in the freezer, so those are nice and hard and they're not going to misshape as we paint them. I'm also piping on some black buttercream there as well, here and there. Also a great way to hide any splotches of paint on your cake. Neat tip. And then when you're done, pop in any cake toppers if you have any. I'll have a tutorial on how to make these cake toppers yourself from home as well. They are awesome. And you're done. And there's 3 very easy cakes you can make at home using just a spatula, some coloured buttercream, and some piping tips. I'll also be showing you guys how to make these chocolate cake toppers, and it's actually very easy to do. If you don't want to buy like the lettering here, you could totally do it from fondant instead, just using the fondant letter cutters, and it'll make your cake topper completely edible. So I'll have that tutorial coming out this week, and I'll have a link in the description box below or just on the screen when it's ready, and you can pop on over and see how to make those yourself as well. Thanks guys for watching, hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and I will catch you again this week, sometime soon. I'm thinking Saturday. I will see you guys then.